Archer Maximus back with another video review. Today we're taking a look at an action figure stand, and it's the Obitsu Body action figure toy stand. I've got a few Marvel Legends figures and DC Collectibles figures that are really cool sculpts, but they don't stand the best. So I wanted to get some really nice action figure stands so I can get them in some cool poses up on the shelf, and I don't have to have them leaning against the back wall. And I'd gone around to my local hobby shops. Nobody had anything. I went to Toys R Us. They didn't have anything. They used to carry Mezco toy stands, but they quit carrying them apparently. And yeah, that was a little unfortunate. So I went to the interwebs and I found this at Amazon.com. And they were $6 and some change. I want to say $6.50 or $6.75. I don't know. I'll put a link down in the description below if you're interested. And I ordered 6 of them from this place, and it came from Japan, obviously, looking at it. And I think it was, for all 6, it was just under 70 bucks. I want to say it was about $67 shipped. And it got here in about 5 days or so from Japan. So it wasn't too terribly bad. And what I really liked about that, I liked the look of the stands, and it had a few different options that you could use. So just kind of look at the package real fast. There's the stand inside. It's obviously clear plastic. There's the instructions. There's a little sample of what it looks like. I mean, it's a typical kind of action figure stand going on there. And then there's the name of the stand, which is cool. Lots of Japanese. Lots of Japanese. Definitely cool, definitely fun. Let's go ahead and I'm going to break the package out and show you what it comes with. Alright, so here we have the parts out of package. It obviously comes with this really nice clear plastic base. Very stable, pretty good size. I like that. Here are the screws and bolts it comes with. There are 2 large bolts and the screws, and then the rest are smaller, and you want to pay attention to that, and I'll show why here in the instructions. Here are a couple joint pieces. You get this big old thing here with all the different options. So you've got your long piece here, there's a middle piece and a short piece. I've been using the longer piece and the short piece for the ones I've put together so far. You've got different ports. You've got ports that can plug in case you got figures that have you know, holes in the back. You can use those. There's an additional support piece. I'll show that off with my Generation Skybite figure. Very cool stuff. But yeah, so there are those. And then you've got a variety of different sized clips. I found that the smaller inner 2-piece work really good for the Marvel Legends female characters. I used the larger bits here in combination with the mid-size bits for my Generation Skybite figure. The mid-size pieces here would probably work well for a Marvel Legends male figure, like a pretty good-sized male figure, and then the big ones for a larger figure. Although I really don't see, unless you're getting into a flying pose or something, usually a figure that size, I don't think you really have standing issues, but is what it is. Here are the instructions. Again, there's kind of, that's the general stand I've been putting together, except for Skybite, but it does have a few different options. Let's see, all the instructions are in Japanese, but you can figure them out. Okay, so here are some of the different options. It kind of gives you the instructions on how to put this thing together, which is really cool. There's the alternate, if you want a slider piece, you can do that there. Then it shows it with the peg hole in for the back, in case you've got a figure like that. And then some examples. The little Japanese girl, straight standing. We got her. I got somebody in an action pose. Looks like a Gundam type of character. And then this is the setup I used for my Skybite figure, which I will show off. Definitely pretty cool stuff. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull some of these components out. I'm going to put together a stand for my She-Hulk figures to kind of show that off, and yeah, let's build something. Alright, so here are all the parts that we're going to need to put together for a female figure, or Spider-Man, because he's kind of thin. So I'm going to use the small bits here, and then I'm going to use the one larger piece here and the smaller bit, and hook around. So the first thing that you want to do is you're going to take this piece here, kind of looks like an end of a bone, and you're going to plug into the base like thus. There we go. So now that we've got that, now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this piece onto the base, and you're just going to take this bit and put it into the middle, and it's going to be kind of tight. You want to make sure you get things lined up properly. And then looking at these pieces, this is where it took me a minute. You want to look at the round side, you're going to put the screw in, and then on the other side there's actually a hex shape to put your bolt in so that it locks into place really well. And you want to use the small screw bits for these. You want to save your large bits to connect the actual gripping pieces. You only get 2 of those, so I mean the large ones will work here, but they don't fit properly. The small ones won't work with the other ones, so make sure you're paying attention to that. So we're going to drop the screw in, make sure everything is lined up, and sometimes they don't line up quite right. You got to get them in there, and then we're going to take the hex nut and put it in just like that, if you can see that. And then I like to put my finger over it, and then I just take a little screwdriver and just kind of twist in. It's going to get nice and tight on you. Make sure it's good and tight. Get one more twist in. Okay, that should be pretty good, and it's going to be really stiff and have a nice croaking, froggy croaky sound. So that one's in good and tight. So now we're going to do the same thing for here. Hang on one second. Let me adjust the camera. And we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to take this shorter piece right here and plug that in there. Make sure everything's lined up properly. We're going to take our screw and we're going to find, see, look, here's our round edge here. So there we go. We're going to take the nut and put it into place like thus. So we're good to go there. Again, I like to put my finger to hold it into place. And then we're going to put the screw in. And the really cool thing about the hex hole is it really helps to tighten that up. Again, we should have a nice creaky frog noise. We do. We're good to go. Looking nice. I'm digging that. So now what we need to do is we're going to build the grippy claw. So we're going to use the larger piece for that. And you want to, when you put it in, this piece that has the multiple grooves on it, that is going to go on the left side or the bottom. So I'm going to stack those on top of each other and then just kind of put that there. And then you want to make sure that they are in place. You're going to put your screw through like that. You're going to get your hex nut, put it into the hex hole. Oh my gosh. Spin it upside down, and then you're going to tighten it like you do the others. Hopefully I'm getting this on camera here. Alright. Alright, so that should be good. Got the croaky noise. We're good and solid. And the last thing that we need to do is plug this in, so let me get another screw real quick. Alright, so got my screw, so we're going to take this little tiny connector bit and we're going to connect it on like that. I'm going to turn this. Here's the screw hole. Screw goes in the round part all the way in. Hex nut goes into the hex hole. Just like that. Hold my finger down so I can tighten it. This is kind of hard leaning over a camera and doing this. Alright, I think a couple more turns. Get close. Alright, got the croaky sound. We're good to go. Alright, and then all you have to do is take this piece and connect it on like thus, and there we have our stand. Now the nice thing about this, these are interchangeable, so you can make multiple sizes, pull them off, put them on there in case you want to reuse the stand for something else. I do appreciate that. I think that is pretty cool. When I've been going through, I've been making a small and a medium sized, because you've got enough parts to make the medium size gripping piece. So I just go ahead and make both of them while I've got the screws, so that in case I want to switch them out, I can do so. So let's go ahead and grab a figure, and we'll use the She-Hulk. Okay, so let's zoom the camera out. Alright, so here we've got our stand. Let's go ahead and I got her in a pose that I like. So we're going to put her up here on the stand. And whoop, a little bend it back for balance. And then let's go ahead and adjust the camera. And there she is. Looks really nice. I like it. Yeah, it holds it really, really well. I think the joints are very nice. They're very stiff. They hold the figures well. It's that clear plastic, so it looks really nice around holding the figure up. Just a really, really good job. So here's a close-up of the figure stand actually holding the figure itself around the waist there. Really like it. I love the fact that, you know, if the figure doesn't have the actual peg hole in the back, you can use these little grip pieces to actually hold the figures and it's not going to damage them. So that is really cool that you've got multiple options with these stands. So regardless of what figure type you have, you're definitely going to get something that will hold your action figure. Alright, just to show off some other figures here, Spider-Man 2099 and kind of the jump pose. Definitely digging this. He is such a difficult figure to stand on his own, and he's so dynamic that he really, really does need a stand like this. And here we have Spider-Woman in a pretty dynamic pose. Again, this is another character that just really needs something cool to pose her with, and I think this works really, really well. Now, her waist is so tiny that she kind of flops around a little, but once you get her into place, she's fine. Yeah, I mean, just looks really, really nice. I am digging this action figure stand. And here we have the Scarlet Witch. Again, another really great action figure to pose on these things. Get her flying in the air with her little hex effects. It just looks really super sick. I am digging that. They like to wobble a bit when they're way up in the air, but yeah, it just, oh man, definitely cool, definitely worth the money. So here's the figure I was really kind of wondering about. Skybite here, how this thing was going to hold, you know, a heavier figure, and it does it really, really well. Again, it's got a bit of a wobble here because I just moved it, but yeah, I mean, it holds it well. The joints have not moved. I've had this thing sitting on the stand for going close to 30 hours now. So yeah, it's holding it well. I have no issues in the joints. I use the alternate piece where I put the kind of smaller hook here. Well, this is the medium-sized hook for a medium-sized figure, I think. And then put the brace bar piece on it. And then I use the large piece for the front of the shark. And it came out really, really well. I am very impressed. So is the Obitsu Body action figure stand something that you want for your action figures? You know, I'm going to say yes. Definitely cool. They're not that expensive. Like I said, they're like $6 and some change, plus the shipping to get it from Japan. And it got here within a week. So, you know, I spent just under $70 for 6 of them, which is not too terribly bad. I think they completely enhance the action figure collecting experience. And if you're a serious collector, this is definitely something to check out. So there it is, the Obitsu Body action figure stands. If you guys like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, sharing my videos. That means a lot to me. And as always, look for more videos in the future.